happy Friday. Welcome back to our channel. We're the Garza twins, Britta and Carly, and this is another 5 weekly favorites. So our first favorite is actually a TV show. I actually can't believe I haven't talked about this sooner, and it sounds kind of silly, but I've been watching Fraiser like non-stop on Netflix. I'm already on season 4, and I've been watching it too, but I'm only on season 1. You know, I don't know how I like never got into it before, because I remember our parents watching it when we were younger, and I always thought it was a good show. Wasn't it on around Friends? I think it was on the same channel on NBC. It may have been. I don't remember what channel it was originally on, but it seems like a simple idea for a show. Like, he plays a psychiatrist that's on the radio. He lives in Seattle with his father, and then his brother is also a psychiatrist. And I don't know, like, the characters are very simple, but I find it so funny, and I think I just didn't know it was kind of a comedy as a kid, and I love it. It's like a pick-me-up show now. I love Fraiser Crane. I love their whole family. I just recommend it if you're looking for like a sitcom to watch and you're into more of like Friends, like a whole like the 90s sitcom thing. We really love a good sitcom, and that one is top notch in my opinion. It's so good. Okay, next up is a candle favorite, and PF Candle Co., if you follow them, they have this yearly, well, I guess it started last year. It's their second annual like founders sale, I believe they call it, and everything is on sale. And these are the small, what size are these? They're like 3.5 or 4 ounces. Yeah, 3.5 ounce candles. It's not even that small. No, it's not that small. And they're normally $12. I believe I got it for 8 or 9 on the sale, maybe even 8. They were very affordable. So I took it as an opportunity to try new scents from them that I haven't tried before, and one of them was Sandalwood Rose. And I honestly hadn't heard a lot about it, but this one had a lot of good reviews, and then I realized later that it was one of the new releases last year, so that's probably why it doesn't have as much of a following as like Tobacco and Teakwood, and their other one that's really popular is Amber and Moss. But anyways, obviously it's a rose fragrance that has a lot of sandalwood in it, and to me, I don't know, it smells powdery, but in a good way. Like, also very earthy, and you can obviously smell the rose, but normally we do not like rose scents. Like, there's very few that we like. But this one, because of the sandalwood and more of the like grounded tones, it just smells so appealing. It's like sweet and spicy almost. I don't know how else to describe it. Here, you smell, see what you think, and I'm gonna look at what they say. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more of an earthy rose scent than anything. I don't know. The sandalwood comes through, but it's not super sandalwood. Yeah. I think it's more of a rose scented candle with some earthy notes. If you like that. There's also patchouli in it, I guess. Iris, amber, which we love amber, musk. Yeah, it's very musky. And actually, they call it New York meets Los Angeles. I like that. I agree. I don't agree with that, but I like that saying. It's really lovely, and overall, I think some fragrances that even I really like can be really strong, and you would only put them in certain rooms, like a living room or a bedroom. But this one, I feel like you could put in a kitchen and a bathroom. Like, it's a very universal scent. It's not as pungent as I would like, but I also think that's because of the size. So I'm definitely going to pick it up in a larger size. Well, no, to be fair, none of their candles are that strong. Yeah, but I really like it. It's a great scent. Highly recommend. They have really unique and nice scents if you've never heard of them before. Okay, the next two I'm just going to talk about together because I've been using them together. And first is the Real Techniques. This is their foundation brush. I don't know the exact name. I'll link it down below, obviously. But I had been wanting to try this for a long time because it's kind of like an artiste brush. And you guys know when those were like super big. And now I feel like some people use it. Some people don't really speak about them. But I don't really have a good foundation brush that I use for like stick foundations or anything cream. And I just wanted something that I could use with cream bronzer because I use the Real Techniques buffing brush, and I do like that, but sometimes things can look patchy, and I just wanted something that would make everything look really smooth, and I could also use it for a foundation if I wanted to. And this one, I think it's originally $20, and Target had their like 2-day sale at the same time as Amazon Prime. You guys probably already know this because I know you like Target as much as I do, but on one of the days they had a sale on a bunch of beauty products, and so I picked this up for $7, which is such a good deal. I think it's really well made. I mean, honestly, I love Real Techniques brushes. They're so good. They're so good that I knew I would love it, but I think it's so perfect. And they do have a contour one, but I got the foundation because I can use it for foundation or for bronzer. And so I've been using this with the Catrice Triangle Artist Contour Stick. There is only one shade. It's Warm Brown 10. And I can show you, I'll just swatch it on the back of my hand so you can kind of see what the shade looks like. But in my opinion, so it says warm brown, but I think this is a really good neutral brown. I feel like it's not too warm, it's not too cool. The tone is really, really good for my skin tone. And the formula is so, so nice. Like, it blends out like a dream on the face. I've been using this almost every day. Oh my gosh, I can't get the cap back on. I think it's so beautiful. The formula is so nice. And with this brush, so sometimes I'll put it on the back of my hand and then I'll use the brush, pick some up, and then put it on. But even with this brush, because it's so smooth and just glides on so perfectly with no streaks, I can put the stick directly on my face, which is obviously a lot quicker if you're getting ready quick. And cream bronzer is quicker than powder in my opinion, but that makes it even one less step. You just swipe it on and blend it out, and it looks so good. I love both of these products so much. And it does say contour stick, so I use it as bronzer though. You basically just have to apply a little bit more, but you do get 0.18 ounces, so it's not like a lot of product, but still, this is a drugstore brand. I think it was $9. I really love the formula. I haven't found a good cream bronzer from the drugstore, right? Have you either?
No.
And I've been on the hunt, and for a while I was using the ColourPop foundation stick in like a deeper color, but that was really, really hard to blend, and the color was really nice, and I was trying to make it work, but then as soon as I got this, I tossed that because this is perfect. It's a great consistency. It lasts, especially if you put powder bronzer on top of it. It's gonna last all day. I really love this. I think it's such a gem, and I think it's new because I placed an Ulta order recently and I looked at the new arrivals, and this was one of them, and then I got some lip products that I'm sure I'll speak about in monthly favorites, but I had to mention this because I've been using it almost every day and they're so good.
How does it compare to the milk bronzer we talk about all the time?
Okay, so the color isn't the same. This color is a little bit more cool, which is funny because it's called warm brown, but it's a little bit more cool, or more neutral, I should say. I feel like the milk one is pretty warm.
Yeah.
And I think this is a bit deeper.
Okay.
But the thing I like about it is that I feel like you can build it up to be really intense, or you can really sheer it out and make it look natural. So even though this might look a little bit dark to you, it really is not when you put it on the face. And so that's one of my favorite things about it. I just love it. I love both of these so much. Okay, next up is my new favorite facial sunscreen. And I don't know why it took me so long to try this, because we love Crave Beauty. We love the Great Barrier Relief. We've talked about it before in like probably 5 videos by now. It's both of our holy grail skincare products.
Yeah.
So we had to order new ones because of course we were out of our bottles, and so I took it as an opportunity to get the Beach Shield because everything was back in stock, and I believe the website still is fully stocked right now.
Yeah.
And basically it's a sunscreen, but because it's made with chemical sun blockers, or like what would you call them? Yeah, I don't know what they're actually called. Like chemical barriers instead of physical, that aren't approved by the FDA to be like in products, and you like have a marketing claim on them, then Leah, the founder of Crave, she has a whole video on it. I can link it down below. But basically, she sells this exact formula in Korea where these chemical protectors are accepted as SPF, like can protect you from the sun, and it's an SPF 50 in Korea, but then because those aren't approved by the FDA, she can't call it a sunscreen, so it's called the Beach Shield Antioxidant Day Fluid, and so it's basically called a day fluid, but it is a sunscreen. Kind of confusing, but if you watch her video, she explains it really well. And along with the blockers that keep you nice and blocked from the sun, she also included a lot of antioxidants. So there's beetroot, allantoin, vitamin C, resveratrol, and EGCG. And I have only been using this for about a week and a half. So I don't know about the antioxidants, if they have like long-term benefits that you can actually see. I'm sure they do, but like long term. But so far, this is just my favorite sunscreen because not only has it really protected my face, but it has the most beautiful texture and finish. And I'll put a little bit out. I don't want to waste it because, well, it's probably pretty fluid. Yeah, it's very fluid because any of them that come in that.
Oh, it's
thicker
not that
than
fluid.
I thought.
Yeah,
It's like a decent amount of viscosity in there, but it looks like this, so it kind of has a light yellow coloring to it, but not white at all. And I'll blend it out for you so you can see. It blends out to be almost clear. Like you can see that light yellow tinge kind of, but there is no white cast at all. So I think this would honestly work on every skin tone. Even deeper skinned men and women would really love this sunscreen because you don't have that like gray white cast. And it just has such a lovely texture. Like, it feels almost like a makeup primer, like a cooling, not really cooling, but like a silky, moisturizing, hydrating makeup primer. And it dries down to, I'd say, like a satin finish. It's not matte, but it's not as high shine as a lot of sunscreens. You know, when your face is like very greasy. So again, it's like perfect for the summer. It just looks very skin-like. It's just so good. It's definitely my new favorite sunscreen. I'm going to keep repurchasing until I find something better. And you use sunscreen as your last step before makeup. So if I already have like a serum or anything on, I'll just put it in between my hands and kind of like press it into my skin. But if I don't really have anything but like a light moisturizer, I'll just throw it on, put it in my hands, throw it on all over my face. And yeah, it's a beautiful sunscreen. I'm so impressed. And I'll leave her video link down below because she explains it way better than I did. I feel like I did not explain it, but it's good stuff. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.